Vrindavanam Vande Krishna Rasa Prabhum Tata Chanavatar Chaitanya Lila Vistar Karino Do Nityananda Prabja Karunadena Bhushito Vyakta Chano Burachincho Vavande Vyasadupino Shri Guru Gaur Gandharva Govindascha Ganai Saha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Kurunartina. All right, well, we're going to continue. Yesterday we were hearing this description, this wonderful meeting, wonderful description of a wonderful meeting, the first meeting, Rupa and Sanatan with Mahaprabhu, and they've made many, heart-rending expressions of humility and surrender, and now Mahaprabhu, he's going to respond. Shuni Mahaprabhu kohe shuno dabir kas Tumi dui bai mor purata andas. After hearing the prayer of Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik, Rupa and Sanatan, Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Dabir Kas, you two brothers are my old servants. Aji hoite duhar nam Rup Sanatan, doinya chada tomar doinye pate mor mam." My dear Sakar Malik, from this day your names will be changed to Sri Rup and Sri Sanatam. Now please abandon your humility, for my heart is breaking to see you so humble. Doinya patri liki more patale bar bar, se patri dwarajani tomar vyavahar. You have written several letters showing your humility. I can understand your behavior from those letters. Tomar hridoyami jani patri dware, tomar shikaite shlok patailo tomare. By your letters I could understand your heart. Therefore, in order to teach you, I sent you one verse, which reads as follows. And in those letters that they sent to Mahaprabhu, they were expressing their desire to leave their current occupation and come to stay permanently with Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu, he replied with this very cryptic message. You remember?
I don't remember.
It's very famous. Does someone remember when Rupa and Sanatan wrote to Mahaprabhu asking for permission to leave their work and come and stay with him full time? Anyone remember?
The housewife who is in love with someone,
secret lover.
It is better, so she doesn't.
Yes, very good. Excellent.
It's very famous.
Yes, it's very famous, yes. Everybody knows it, just you forgot right now.
When Raghunatha Swami also wants to join him, he also says the same verse?
No? He told him, Stira hoya, gore jao, na hao batul. He tells him, calm down, go home, don't be a crazy man. I mean, he in the sense that he tells him also to not be too eager to jump into this, this culture in an outer way, but it is an internal culture. He gives that same...
The monkey example.
Yeah, Markata Vairagya, he gives that example, monkey renunciation. So yeah, it's very significant that both of them, he told them, like, steady on. Like, this is an internal thing, it's not an external thing. Don't be so quick to jump to this in an outer way. But first be firm within. This is, otherwise it can be imitation. And it is not that spiritual life, and the general principle here, it is not that spiritual life is dependent on external environment or situation, occupation, but it's an inner culture. It is ahaituki apartihata, as we were discussing the other day. So that principle we can extract from both. But this example of the woman with a housewife with a secret lover, this is specifically to Rupa and Sanatam. So here is this verse.
They were saying that the post was constantly checked.
Sorry, what's that?
They were saying that the letters which were arriving into the servants of the government were always constantly checked, and so the message was encrypted. So those who checked it won't be able to understand what's the hidden message.
Right, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, so Mahaprabhu had to send this cryptic message. And also, there's that mention when Sanatana Goswami is in jail, and Sanatana Goswami is in jail, and Rupa Goswami, he sends him a message telling him, I have this money kept for you here, and Mahaprabhu is going to Vrindavan, I'm going to Vrindavan, you should immediately come to Vrindavan. He sends it in this very hidden, cryptic way. Okay, so this is this verse. Paravyasanini nadi vyagrapi griha karmasu tarevasva dayatyantar nava sangha dasayanam. And this answer Gurudev used to give devotees who had to work in the world, they had jobs, he would how do we deal with this? How do we balance? How do we maintain our focus and inspiration? And he would quote this. Gave this advice. It's very, very helpful instruction for anyone who has to, deal with an environment that is not favorable to their spiritual life. If a woman is attached to a man other than her husband, she will appear very busy in carrying out her household affairs, but within her heart she is always relishing feelings of association with her paramour. Gorani kata sitte nahi mor prayojan Tomaduha dekiti mor ihayagamam. I really had no business in coming to Bengal, but I have come just to see you two brothers. And you see in this is Mahaprabhu speaking to Rupa and Sanatana. You see in Srila Sridhar Maharaj's prayers to Srila Rupa Goswami, they're included at the end of Prapana Jivanamrita. Very beautiful prayers, aspiring for the dust of Sri Rupa. What is it? I can't remember the Sanskrit. But he mentions there that Mahaprabhu, he actually went, he made this whole trip just to meet with Rupa and Sanatana. And he says, on the pretext of visiting Vrindavan, he was actually going to meet principally Rupa Goswami, his dearmost and his successor. So principally, Rupa and also Sanatana. That was really his main purpose. And of course, as we know, he didn't go to Vrindavan in the end. He turned around after Ram Kelly. He went back to Puri. So I've come just to see you two brothers. Hey mor maner kata keho nahi jane sobe bole kene aila Ram Kelly grame. Everyone is asking why I have come to this village of Ram Kelly. No one knows my intentions.
One question. In the verse of the woman attached to another man, is coming from Mahaprabhu?
I think it's an original verse from Mahaprabhu. I think so. But I'm not sure. It doesn't, usually it mentions if it's being quoted from somewhere.
It's Bengali.
No, it's in Sanskrit. Oh, actually, I'm not sure, but I think it's Sanskrit. It looks like Sanskrit. It's a different meter. But I can't tell without the text, the original script, but I think it's Sanskrit. But I think it's Mahaprabhu's original verse. So everyone is asking why I have come to this village of Ram Kelly. No one knows my intentions. It is very good that you two brothers have come to see me. Now you can go home. Do not fear anything. Janme janme tumi dui kinkar amar achirate Krishna tomai koribe udar. Birth after birth you have been my eternal servants. I am sure that Krishna will deliver you very soon. Etaboli duha shire dorilo dui hate dui bai Prabhupada niloni jamate. The Lord then placed his 2 hands on the heads of them both. And in return, they immediately placed the lotus feet of the Lord on their heads. Dohalengiya Prabhu bolila bhakta gane, sobe kripa kori udarahadu ijane. After this, the Lord embraced both of them and requested all of the devotees present to be merciful upon them and deliver them. Can I give you that? Use this. I'm not good at this neck bending down thing. So Mahaprabhu, he gives his mercy and then he requests all of the devotees, you give your mercy. This is something we see on other occasions. You know, Mahaprabhu, he expresses this mood, you know, my mercy is not enough, you know, but the mercy of my associates, of the Vaishnavas, you know, that is very important. That they all will give their blessings. Dui jane Prabhu kripa deki bhakta gane, Hari Hari bole sobe anandita mane. I remember once when I was leaving Gurudev, I gave, and that time I didn't know the proper etiquette, because actually you're not meant to give dandavats to anyone in front of your guru, only to your guru. But when I was leaving once, I gave dandavats to Gurudev, then I went around everyone on the veranda and gave dandavats to them. And I remember Gurudev was very happy, he was looking and smiling, he was happy to see that, you know, that like I wanted the blessings of all of Gurudev's you know, associates and servitors as well. But then later I found out actually it's inappropriate, you're not supposed to do that. But that spirit, you know, we need the blessings of the Lord, of Gurudev, but also all of the Vaishnavas.
Still the same principle, doing giving dandavats to someone in front of the deity.
Yes, yes, we don't do that. Yes, because we're entering into a whole system. It's not just like us and our Ishta Devata, our the object of our worship, but there's a whole system here, and we have to be sensitive to all the relationships, and you know how others, you know what, you know how much grace others have received, and how they have a closer connection than we have, you know. So we have, if we really want the mercy of, you know, the Lord, of Guru, then we have to appreciate others who have more than us, you know, and really we are very much in need of their grace. Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj told of one occasion when whenever he came to visit the mats, this is like in the 80s, you know, he would experience that Srila Gurudev would praise him and others like to the extreme. And Goswami Maharaj was feeling very uncomfortable about this, and he mentioned, like, you know, Gurudev, sometimes I feel like this is too much, you know, like, you know, you don't need to do this, you know. And Gurudev said, no, it is not like that, you know. It is, you know, like this is something I'm doing, you know, as like a matter of course. But actually, if we want the mercy of Mahaprabhu, we have to appreciate others who already have that mercy. We have to. You know, otherwise, how can we expect? If Mahaprabhu is already giving, if we're recognizing someone's already received grace, then we have to appreciate that if we also want to receive grace. There's no way around it. You know, we have to enter into this culture of appreciation. This is actually at the heart of our you know, our practicing lives. This is fundamental to Krishna consciousness. You know, really, like, you know, what distinguishes us from so many other paths. You know, what is given at the beginning of Bhagavatam. For the non-envious, the nirmatsar, they will be able to really, you know, follow this. There's one recording of Srila Sridhar Maharaj I like very much. I think I published it recently. And he's talking about this verse the beginning of Bhagavatam, and saying not everybody can follow this, and not the ordinary sadhus. The ordinary sadhus, they can't follow this. Only a very particular group of sadhus who have no touch of envy. They can really follow this, and I found that quite helpful. Because sometimes we hear like famous incidents in the past, like with the great sages, and also we may experience ourselves with qualified senior devotees. They still have this envy, and of course we ourselves also, but sometimes it can be surprising. You experience persons who you think are so much higher to you than you. They also have this, this envy. But Param Maharshi gives us this, it's not so easy, One may be a great sadhu, but a very particular class of sadhu, very special group of sadhus, they are free from, they have zero envy. And you hear like these Mahabharata histories, like sages cursing each other. They're like these advanced people, very great people, but they're getting offended. They're cursing and counter-cursing and going back and forth. And we sometimes experience something like that also. But it's not so easy. This is like the most intrinsic disease that we have in this world. Envy.
So the Vaishnava, he will not curse, right?
Depends what kind of Vaishnava. 5% Vaishnava, 10% Vaishnava, 50%, 100% Vaishnava.
But like to curse, that's quite a big thing. To curse another Vaishnava.
It happens.
Curses can be blessings.
What do you say?
Curses can be blessings.
In which way?
Depends how the curse has, what we perceive to be a curse. Like that Brahmin, he cursed Mahaprabhu to lose his family life. And Mahaprabhu was very happy.
But that's a Brahmin. That's a bit of different.
Sure.
Narada is cursed.
Narada has cursed. We hear histories of incidents. We experience ourselves. Maybe not an official curse with some incantation, but some ill feeling, some directing, wishing something ill upon someone else. That's a kind of curse. Wanting somebody else to fail, like we hear in Sri Bhakti Yoga Thakur's song, right? Pada sukhe dukhi, sada mitya basi, pada dukkha sukha koro. That we're happy when others are not happy. So unless somebody is become a full-fledged, pure, fully developed 100% Vaishnava, these tendencies are there. This tendency to envy others, to bear some ill will for others, to some degree it is present. So maybe it won't be an official curse,
But there's also
like you hear in the Mahabharata, like Draupadi gives curses, like Bhima gives curses. Are they Vaishnavas or not?
But those are associates of the Lord that are doing some pastime.
Yeah, that's true.
In that sense,
sure.
There are
other factors, yeah.
Courses that may just have mystic powers and not pure devotion.
Sure.
There are different circumstances.
Yeah, that's also true.
Time, place,
That's true, but we can also appreciate the fact that there's the absolute viewpoint that yes, they're eternal associates, but there's also the relative viewpoint that they're Vaishnavas, they love Krishna, but they also have some, bad feelings for others. That's from a relative viewpoint, but that has its validity as well. But anyway, the main point I was making is that there are different classes of sadhus, and to find a sadhu who is fully free from envy fully free from bearing any ill will for others, that is a very, very rare thing. This in Upadeshamrita, that verse is mentioned. The Uttam Adhikar Vaishnava is described in that way, that they have nindadi shunya hridam ipsita, sangha labdha, that this tendency to criticize, they are fully free, nindadi shunya. They have no tendency to see fault in others, to criticize others. That is the highest class of Vaishnava. And that type of Vaishnava, we should try to give our whole life and soul to serving them. Okay. So, Mahaprabhu requests all the devotees to bless Rupa and Sanatan. Dui jane Prabhur kripa dekhi bhakta gane, Hari Hari bole sobe anandita mane. When all of the devotees saw the mercy of the Lord upon the two brothers, they were very much gladdened, and they began to chant the holy name of the Lord. Hari, Hari. Nityananda Haridas Shivas Gadadhar Mukunda Jagadananda Muradi Vakrishwar. All the Vaishnava associates of the Lord were present, including Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, Shivas Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit, Mukunda, Jagadananda, Murari, and Vakrishwar. Sabar charane dori pare dui bai, sobe bole danya tumi paile gosai. In accordance with the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the two brothers, Rupa and Sanatan, immediately touched the lotus feet of these Vaishnavas, who all became very happy and congratulated the two brothers for having received the mercy of the Lord. So they weren't envious. They were very happy to see that someone else was getting more mercy than them. And they're, we sometimes saw that with Gurudev. Someone would get some special mercy from Gurudev, and some other devotees might come and pat him on the shoulder. And, you're so lucky, you're so fortunate. But of course, there may be others who are thinking, I didn't get that kind of mercy. Why didn't Gurudev give me that mercy? No doubt I thought that many times. But the proper mood is being shown here. Actually, Mahaprabhu, it's mentioned in one place. I can't remember who it's about. Maybe it's later in the Ancha Lila, Mahaprabhu's meeting with Rupa Goswami. It specifically mentions that just to test the other devotees, Mahaprabhu praised this devotee, very extremely, like testing them, what type of reaction will they have. Sobe pashagya magi chalan samoy, and it's a good test, we look that when we experience that, we can look in our heart and ask ourselves, am I feeling happy to hear this other Vaishnava praised, or am I feeling some jealousy? We can look at it. Then if we see that, we're like, I need to work on this. I remember Gurudev, he mentioned once, I'm seeing this as a good, very humbly and very sweetly, he said, I'm thinking this is a good symptom within myself, because when I hear that other sampradayas, when I hear the glories, he mentioned ISKCON, but I think he meant in general, when I hear how other groups are very successful in their preaching, I feel very happy. This is a good sign for me, that I'm not envious. When I hear that they're doing well, I don't feel envious about that, But I feel very happy, to hear that others are successful. And we have to be conscious, because sometimes these tendencies, they can be within us on a very unconscious level, and we may act on them not knowing that's why we're acting in that way, or we're responding in a particular way. So we need to be a little conscious, and observe our behavior, observe the consciousness, the responses that we have. And in this way, when we have this awareness of these impurities within us, then we can, shine the light of Sambandha Gyan. We can try to properly adjust ourselves. And in this way, purification will take place. Sabapashagya magi chalan samoy, Prabhupada kohe kichu kodiya vinoy. After begging the permission of all the Vaishnavas present, the two brothers at the time of their departure humbly submitted something at the lotus feet of the Lord. Iha hoite cholo Prabhu iha nahi pukai, jajapi tomare bhakti kore gora raja. They said, "Dear Lord, although the king of Bengal, Nawab Hussain Shah, is very respectful toward you, you have no other business here. Kindly depart from this place." Tatapi javanje chati nakori pratiti, tirtayacha etta sangata balona hediti. Although the king is respectful toward you, he still belongs to the Javan class and should not be believed. We think that there is no need for such a great crowd to accompany you on your pilgrimage to Vrindavan. So now the king, as we were mentioning yesterday, now the king is looking friendly, but we can't trust him. Any moment he could switch. And we also think it's not necessary.
Safe.
What's
safe.
that?
It's not safe.
Safe, yeah, it's not safe. It's not safe to trust him. And also it's not good for you to go to Vrindavan with this huge crowd. Jai sange chole lok laka koti, Vrindavan jachaye nahe paripati. Dear Lord, you are going to Vrindavan with hundreds and thousands of people following you. And this is not a fitting way to go on a pilgrimage. Jajapi vastutta prabhur kichu nahi boy, tatapi lokik lila lokacheshtamoy. Although Mahaprabhu was Sri Krishna himself, the Supreme Lord, and was therefore not at all fearful, he still acted like a human being to teach neophytes how to act. Etaboli charan bandi gela dui jan, Prabhur se gram hoite cholite hoi lomam. Having spoken thus, the two brothers offered prayers to the lotus feet of the Lord and returned to their homes. Mahaprabhu then desired to leave that village. Pate choli aila Prabhu kanai nata shala, dekilo sakal taha Krishna charitra lila. In the morning the Lord left and went to a place known as Kanai Nata Shala. While there he saw many pastimes of Lord Krishna. Seirache Prabhu taha chinte mane man, sange sangata balonahe koilo sanatam. That night the Lord considered Sanatana Goswami's proposal that he should not go to Vrindavan followed by so many people. Mathura jaibo ami etta loka sange, kichu sukha na paibo hobe rasa bange. The Lord thought, if I go to Mathura with such crowds behind me, it would not be a very happy situation, for the atmosphere would be disturbed. Ekaki jaibo kimba sange ekajan, tobe se shoboye Vrindavanere gamam. The Lord concluded that he would go alone to Vrindavan, or at most would take only one person as his companion. In that way, going to Vrindavan would be very pleasant. Eta chinti pratakale ganga snana kori, nila chole jabo boli cholila goda hari. Thinking like this, the Lord took his morning bath in the Ganges and started for Nilachal, saying, I shall go there. Emata choli choli aila shanti pore, din pancha satta rohila charje gore. Walking and walking, Mahaprabhu arrived at Shantipur and remained at the house of Advaita Acharya for 5 to 7 days. Ch.Ch Devi Anitare Koilo Namaskar Satadin Tartai Bhiksha Vyavahar. Taking this opportunity, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu sent for Mother Ch.Ch Devi, and she remained at his house for 7 days to prepare the meals for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Taragyaloya puna korila gamane Vinoy koriya vidai dilo bhakta gane. Taking permission from his mother, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then started for Jagannath Puri. When the devotees followed him, he humbly begged them to remain and bade them all farewell. Janadui sange ami jabo nila chole amare milibayasi ratayatra kale. Mahaprabhu, although requesting all the devotees to go back, allowed 2 people to follow him. He requested all the devotees to come to Jagannath Puri and meet him during Rathayatra. Balabhadra Bhattacharya Pandit Damodar Duijan Sange Prabhu Aila Nilachal. The 2 persons who accompanied Mahaprabhu to Puri were Balabhadra Bhattacharya and Damodar Pandit. Din Kotota Harohi Cholila Vrindavan Lukaya Cholila Rache Na Jane Konjam. After remaining at Jagannath Puri for a few days, the Lord secretly started for Vrindavan at night. He did this without anyone's knowledge. Balabhadra Bhattacharya Rohimacha Sange Jadi Kanda Pate Kashi Aila Maharange. When Mahaprabhu left Puri for Vrindavan, only Balabhadra Bhattacharya was with him. Thus he traveled on the path through Jarikanda and arrived in Benares with great delight. Din char kashite rohi gela Vrindavan Mathura dekhiya deke dwadash kanam. Mahaprabhu stayed at Benares only 4 days and then left for Vrindavan. After seeing the town of Mathura, he visited the 12 forests. Lila deki preme hoila yastir Balabhadra koilo tare Mathurar bahir. When Mahaprabhu visited all 12 places of Sri Krishna's pastimes, he became very much agitated because of ecstasy. Balabhadra Bhattacharya somehow or other got him out of Mathura. Ganga Chirapate Loya Prayage Haila Shirupasi Prabhuke Tatai Milila. After leaving Mathura, the Lord began to walk along the path on the bank of the Ganges. And finally he reached the holy place named Prayag, which is now Allahabad. It was there that Srila Rupa Goswami came and met the Lord. Dandavat Kori Rupa Bhumeite Porila Paramaya Nande Prabhu Alinga Andila. At Prayag, Rupa Goswami fell down on the ground to offer obeisances to the Lord, and the Lord embraced him with great delight. Shirupe Shiksha Korai Pataila Vrindavan Apane Korila Varanasi Agamam. After instructing Srila Rupa Goswami at Prayag, at the Dashashvamedha Ghat, Mahaprabhu ordered him to go to Vrindavan. The Lord then returned to Varanasi. Kashite Prabhu ke asi milila sanatan dui mas rohitare koraila shikam. When Mahaprabhu arrived at Varanasi, Sanatana Goswami met him there. The Lord remained there for 2 months and instructed Sanatana Goswami perfectly. Mathura pataila tare diya bhakti bol Sanyasire kripa kori gelani lachal. After fully instructing Sanatana Goswami, Mahaprabhu sent him to Mathura, empowering him with devotion. In Benares, he also bestowed his mercy upon the Mayavadi sannyasis. He then returned to Puri. Choi vatsarche Prabhu korila vilas Kavu iti uti kavu ketra vas. The Lord traveled all over India for 6 years. He was sometimes here and sometimes there, performing his transcendental pastimes, and sometimes he remained at Jagannath Puri. Anande Bhakta Sanghe Sada Kirtan Vilas Jagannath Dadashan Premera Vilas. While at Jagannath Puri, the Lord passed his time in great joy by performing Sankirtan and visiting the temple of Jagannath in great ecstasy. Madhya Lila Koilo e Sutra Vivaran Antya Lila Sutra ebe Shuno Bhakta Gam. Thus I have given a synopsis of the Madhya Lila, the middle pastimes of the Lord. Now, O devotees, kindly hear the synopsis of the final pastimes of the Lord, known as the Antya Lila. Well, maybe it's a good place to stop for today. We can continue tomorrow. What do you think? Should we stop there? You're giving the Indian nod. Don't know if it means yes or no. Or we could finish the chapter. It's about 40 more verses. And then tomorrow we can start with the next chapter, which I really would like to finish. Okay, we're going to do a little extra. It is the month of Kartik, so we should give more. Yes. Okay, so now, synopsis of the Antya Lila. Vrindavana hoite jari nila chole aila atara varsha tahavas kahana hingela. When the Lord returned to Jagannath Puri from Vrindavan, he remained there and did not go anywhere else for 18 years. Prativarshai Sentaha Goder Bhaktagan Charimash Rahe Prabhur Sange Samilam. During those 18 years, all the devotees of Bengal used to visit him at Jagannath Puri every year. They would remain there for 4 continuous months and enjoy the company of the Lord. Nirantar Nitya Gita Kirtan Vilas Achandale Prema Bhakti Korila Prakash. At Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu performed chanting and dancing unceasingly. Thus he enjoyed the pastime of Sankirtan. He manifested his causeless mercy, pure love of God to everyone, including the lowest men. Pandit Gosai Koilo Nila Chole Vas Vakreshwar Damodar Shankar Haridas. Residing with the Lord at Puri were Pandit Gosai and other devotees such as Vakreshwar, Damodar, Shankar, and Haridas. Jagadananda Bhagavan Govinda Kashishwar Paramananda Puriyar Swarup Damodar. These are names. Ketravasi Ramananda Rai Prabhriti Prabhu Sange Sab Koilo Nitya Stiti. Srila Ramananda Rai and other devotees who were residents of Puri also remained permanently with the Lord. Advaita Nityananda Mukunda Shivas Vidyaniri Vasudev Murari Jatadas Prativarshe Aise Sange Rohe Charimas Tasabaloya Prabhur Vivida Vilas. Other devotees of the Lord, headed by Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Mukunda, Shivas, Vidyanidhi, Vasudev, and Murari, used to visit Jagannath Puri and remain with the Lord for 4 continuous months. The Lord enjoyed various pastimes in their company. Haridaser Siddhi Prapti Adbhut Se Sab Apani Mahapuchare Jar Koilo Mahotsav. At Jagannath Puri, Haridas Thakur passed away. The incident was very wonderful because the Lord himself performed the festival of his departure. Tobe Rup Kosayer Punaragaman Tahar Hridoye Koilo Prabhu Shakti Sancharam. At Jagannath Puri, Srila Rupa Goswami met the Lord again, and the Lord invested his heart with all transcendental power. Tobe Chota Haridase Prabhu Koila Danda, Damodar Pandit Koila Prabhu Ke Vakya Danda. After this, the Lord punished Junior Haridas, or Choto Haridas, and Damodar Pandit gave some warning to the Lord. Tobe Sanatan Gosayir Punaragaman, Jaishtamase Prabhutade Koilo Parikam. Thereafter, Sanatan Goswami met the Lord again, and the Lord tested him in scorching heat during the month of Jaishta. That's a very nice pastime.
Scorching.
Tushta hoya Prabhutade Pataila Vrindavam, Advaiter Haste Prabhu Adbhut Bojam. Being pleased, the Lord sent Sanatan Goswami back to Vrindavan. After that, he was fed wonderfully by the hands of Sri Advaita Acharya. Nityananda Sangye Jukti Horiyani Brite Tade Pataila Gore Prema Pracharite. After sending Sanatan Goswami back to Vrindavan, the Lord privately consulted with Nityananda Prabhu. He then sent him to Bengal to preach love of Godhead. Tobeto Valabhabhata Prabhude Lila Krishna Name Artha Prabhu Tahare Kohila. Soon afterward, Valabhabhata met the Lord at Jagannath Puri, and the Lord explained to him the purport, the import of the holy name of Krishna. Pradyumna Mishre Prabhu Ramananda Stane Krishna Kata Shonailo Kohita Argune. After explaining the transcendental qualities of Ramananda Rai, the Lord sent Pradyumna Mishra to his residence, and Pradyumna Mishra heard Krishna Katha from him. Gopinath Patanayak Ramananda Brata Rajamadite Chilo Prabhu Hoilo Chata. After this, Mahaprabhu saved Gopinath Patanayak, the younger brother of Ramananda Rai, from being condemned to death by the king. Ramchandra Puri Boye Bhiksha Gataila Vaishnaver Duka Deki Ardek Rakila. Ramananda Puri criticized Mahaprabhu's eating. Therefore, the Lord reduced his eating to a minimum. However, when all the Vaishnavas became very sorry, the Lord increased his portion to half as much as usual. Brahmanda Bitare Hoy Choda Bhuvan Choda Bhuvane Vaise Jata Jivagam. There are 14 planetary systems within the universe, and all living entities reside in those planetary systems. Manusher Veshtori Jachi Ker Chole Prabhur Darshan Kore Asini La Chole. Dressed like human beings on pilgrimage, they all used to come to Jagannath Puri to visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ekadin Shiva Sari Jata Bhaktagam Mahaprabhu Gun Gaya Koren Kirtan. One day, all the devotees headed by Srivas Thakur were chanting the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shuni Bhaktagane Kohe Sakro Ravachane Krishna Nam Gunchari Kikoro Kirtane. Not liking the chanting of his transcendental qualities, Mahaprabhu chastised them as if he were angry. What kind of kirtan is this? He asked. Are you leaving aside the chanting of the holy name of Krishna? Odatya korite hoilo sabakar man satancha hoya sabe nashabe bhuvan. Thus Mahaprabhu chastised all the devotees, telling them not to show impudence and spoil the entire world by becoming independent. Dostike koti koti lokeno kale Jaya Krishna Chaitanya boli kore kolo hole. When Mahaprabhu was apparently in an angry mood and chastising his devotees, many thousands of people outside loudly cried in a tumultuous voice, Jai Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Jai Mahaprabhu Vajranja Kumar Jagatadite Prabhu Tomar Avatar. All the people began to call very loudly, all glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the son of Maharaj Nanda. Now you have appeared in order to deliver the whole world. Bahudor hoite ainu hoya bodo harta dada shandiya Prabhu koroho kritarta. O Lord, we are very unhappy. We have come a long distance to see you. Please be merciful and show us your favor. Shunya loke donya dravila hirdoy bahire asi dada shandila doya moy. When the Lord heard the humble petition made by the people, his heart... Wait, did I skip the... My mind blanked. I'm going to read the translation for the verse. I think I read it, but I'm not sure. So they say to Mahaprabhu, O Lord, we are very unhappy. We have come a long distance to see you. Please be merciful and show us your favor. When the Lord heard the humble petition made by the people, his heart softened. Being very merciful, he immediately came out and gave audience to all of them. Bahutuli bole Prabhu bolo Hari Hari Uttila Shri Hari Dwani Chaturdi Kabori. Raising his arms, the Lord asked everyone to chant loudly, Hari Hari. There immediately arose a great stir, and the vibration of Hari filled all four directions. Prabhu deki premelo ganandita man, Prabhu ke ishvar boli koroye stavam. Seeing the Lord, everyone became joyful out of love. Everyone accepted the Lord as the supreme, unless they offered their prayers. Stava shuni Prabhu ke kohen shinivas, gore gupta hao kene bahire prakash. While the people were offering their prayers unto the Lord, Srivas Thakur sarcastically said to the Lord, At home you wanted to be covered. Why have you exposed yourself outside? So like just a few minutes ago you were telling us, like, don't say my name, but now you're coming, you're accepting these people, they are praising you like this. Keshikal gile loke kohe konbat, iha sabar mukadaka diani jahat. Srivas Thakur continued, Who has taught these people? What are they saying? Now you can cover their mouths with your own hands. Surya jaiche udai kori chahe lukaite, bujite na paritaiche tomar charite. It is as if the sun, after rising, wanted to hide itself. We cannot understand such characteristics in your behavior. Prabhu kohen shinivas chada virambana, sobe meli koromor kote klanchana. The Lord replied, My dear Srinivas, please stop joking. You have all combined together to humiliate me in this way. Etaboli loke kori shubhajishti dan, abhyantare gele loke porna hoy lokam. Thus speaking, the Lord entered his room after glancing auspiciously upon the people out of charity. In this way, the desires of the people were completely fulfilled. This expression is very nice. Shubha drishti. The drishti is referring to his glance, and shubha, maybe you know already, is like auspiciousness, auspicious. So the shubha drishti is giving this out of dan, charity, this desire to do good for them. He's glancing. We experienced Gurudev's shubha drishti. Very powerful. When that glance was on you, wow. So powerful. He didn't have to say anything, just in his look and his glance.
That's what I remember the most powerful thing when I first met him. He didn't say anything, just that that was it.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, many persons they've described that. So powerful, so potent. Raghunath Das Nityananda Pashe Gela Chiradadi Mahotsav Tahi Kodila. At this time, Raghunath Das approached Nityananda Prabhu and according to his order prepared a feast and distributed prasadam composed of chipped rice and curd. This is the Chiradadi Mahotsav, this festival that Raghunath Goswami put on to get the mercy of Nityananda, which eventually gave him the mercy of Mahaprabhu and he could leave his family life.
Is that in Panihati?
Panihati, yes. Taragyalo yegela Prabhu Charane Prabhu Tade Samarpila Swarupe Stane. Later, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami left home and took shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. At that time, the Lord received him and placed him under the care of Srup Damodar for spiritual enlightenment. Brahmananda Bhadatir Guchailo Charmambar Emata Lila Koilo Choi Vatsar. Later, Mahaprabhu stopped Brahmananda Bharati's habit of wearing deer skin. The Lord thus enjoyed his pastimes continuously for 6 years, experiencing varieties of transcendental bliss. Etoko hilo Madhya Lilar Suchagan Shesha Dwadash Vatsader Shunovi Vadam. I have thus given a synopsis of the Madhya Lila. Now please hear the pastimes the Lord performed during the last 12 years. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jarash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Aspiring for the feet of Shri Rupa and Raghunath, I Krishna Das narrate Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So then tomorrow we are coming to the part that we were wanting to come to. Madhya Lila chapter 2, describing Mahaprabhu's divine emotion in this last 12 years. And we have, I'd like to bring the screen out and everyone can follow, because we have a recording of Gurudev that Srila Prabhu got.
Oh.
And I can give you a copy.
A recording of...
Srila Prabhu got it from Gurudev. One day Gurudev just spontaneously started reciting the whole chapter, this Madhya Lila chapter 2. And Srila he ran to get a recorder, but he missed the first part. But so he caught like the second part, and then later he went to Gurudev and asked him, "Can you chant that again?" Then he spliced them together. And so we have this beautiful recording, Gurudev chanting. So I'd like to play that tomorrow, and we can put the screen out here so everyone can follow the verses as Gurudev is singing. Well, any last comments or questions or corrections or anything from anybody? Shall we stop there? Would you like to sing?
Srila I didn't spend as much time as I would like with him, like everyone, but I remember when Gurudev left, I was in Sokel, and that year was like the second year I went to India after Siddhanti Maharaj passed away, and I didn't buy my ticket, actually the devotees did in Sokel, and they bought a ticket so that I would come back. Usually I go to India on one way, because that's my style, but so they did that, so I stayed only for a certain amount of time. And
that was early 2010.
Yeah, it was just.
You were there just before.
Yeah, so I was just there for the Gaur Purnima period, like usual, and then I came back, and I remember I didn't know Srila at all, but I kind of was getting to know him because during that time I was taking care of Siddhanta Maharaj.
Yeah.
He kind of, I think at that time he kind of moved in, or he was coming back to Sokel. I'm not really sure. But I remember him very well when I came back from India, because then there was like 1 week passed and then Gurudev disappears, but Shuddha Shrav was with us and it was so nice. He was giving Prapana Jivanamrita classes and I was like, I felt like I got this really amazing, opportunity to record him, because no one was, and I had my computer and I just like recorded on my computer. So I had like a few really nice classes of him reading from Prapana Jivanamrita, and I was for some time transcribing some of them too. It was really nice.
Oh, it's nice to hear sometimes, because I know his classes are very different, like very.
Maybe we could share.
I have them in the hard drive, but that hard drive is not with me. It's in Kiev.
Okay.
Yeah, please send them for us.
I've shared them with some devotees, and
I know Sriyukta Maharaj is very eager to have classes of Shuddha Shrav. You could share them with him, and also with us.
I must have given them to him, to Sriyukta Maharaj, because that was even before I went to Brazil. So I'm pretty sure I did, but I will remember.
I heard that on that day when Srila Gurudev left, Shuddha Shrav went to the temple and he led like a 3-hour kirtan, just chanting the Mahamantra, like really gave everyone some relief, to gather like that and kirtan remembering every day. He was certainly very, as you said, very important figure in giving support and nourishment to the devotees. And that news came.
Right-hand man from Gurudev. He was always like giving the verses, like when Gurudev didn't. He was remembering Gurudev verses. Very special relationship.
Joy. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana.
Giridhari Gopinath Gopinath Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhakta Charuka Sannata Patara Gunata Shri Jiva Gopala Pata Dasara Ch.Ch Gosai Kori Charana Shadishta Purana Ch.Ch Gosai Janamuni Tara Dasa Sansabala Padare Name Murti Abhilasha. Ye Chai Gosai Jabe Vraje Koila Basa. Ye Chai Gosai Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Koila Prakasha. Anande Bolo Hari Bhadavinda Shri Guru Vaishnava Bhumade Madhya Shri Guru Vaishnava Mahatma Kodiyasha. Ch.Ch.